Hey Pokemon Masters, Birdkeeper Toby here. New wallpaper colour, new banner, thanks Giz. A lot of you are new too, welcome. Normally here on the channel I do Pokemon theories, but every now and again I like to kick back, relax and tell you about my top 10 favourite Pokemon of each region. Today we're heading over to Unova, so be sure to let me know your top 10 favourite Unova Pokemon in the comments below, and let's get on with it. Number 10. Jellicent, or the Pringles man, or Monopoly guy in Pokemon form. Seriously, this guy looks awesome. Jellicent is a Pokemon I can't help but compare to Tentacool. I use them both as these kind of stalling Pokemon competitively. They've both got an array of status condition moves, and then Hex. Also, he just looks so classy. I gotta say, I prefer the male version to the Kirby version, female version. Well, hello there, fancy Jellicent. I must ask you a question, but I'll shave it for later. Number 9. Leavanny is single-handedly the Pokemon that restored my faith in bug types. Going back to the classic days of Pokemon Yellow, Butterfree was the Pokemon to have to beat Brock because it knew confusion. And to be honest, there weren't a lot of good places to train your Pikachu early on in Pokemon Yellow, so Butterfree was the powerhouse. Right up until around about 2nd gym, and then it just sat in a box and lived happily ever after at Oak's lab. Leavanny actually survived on my team till Gym 5, Gym 6. It's the one that restored my faith in those bugs. Not only that, but it kind of looks like it's doing the robot, you know? Number 8. Seismitoad is a Pokemon who looks tough. I mean, I don't think he's aged too well. The 3D has allowed him to pack on a few extra pounds. And while I'm sure, no, a frog Pokemon probably isn't the most original design, and neither is the water ground typing, I gotta say I fell in love with this Pokemon. His derpy face, but also the toughness about it. I gotta say, I love those weird spot boil things too. I like the way that they glowed in the animation of black and white. Although, I can't say much about his head bra. Number 7. Okay, here it comes. I'm gonna say it. Trubbish. That's not a joke. I actually really like Trubbish. I like the way it looks. I don't think he's got a bad design at all. Not only that, it was my shiny encounter in Black 2. I had it during the story. And well, of course, my reaction at first was something along the lines of, oh my god, it's a shiny... Trubbish, come on! Actually, when life gives you lemons wrapped up inside a bin bag with a derpy cute little face, you use those lemons and you make a lemon cake. That really got away from me. Let's just say I finished Black 2 with a shiny Garbodor on my team, and also Trubbish is just cute. Number 6. Electress. Looking through new Pokemon designs on Serbia is both the best and the worst thing I can do. On the one hand, it takes away any form of surprise I'm going to get in the upcoming games. On the other hand, I get to scope out awesome Pokemon like Electros, a Pokemon that I'm sure was meant to be part water type at the time. It was just one of those Pokemon that I knew straight away, I have to get this. This has to be on my main team, and it was. I caught a Tynamo, I trained it up, I got the Thunderstone, which was far later in the game to evolve it into an Electrox, and I'm really happy with it. It just went and levitated its way into my heart. Number 5. So normally on my top 10 lists, I'll have an evolution of one of the main starters. I don't have that for this list, because really, my love of the fire-type starter, Tepig, was replaced almost immediately when I saw Victini. Victini's such a cool little dude. He's the Pokemon of victory. Come on, that's awesome. I took part in the pre-order event, which allowed me to have this whole little side quest to go and catch one, and sadly, because I was using Tepig as my fire starter, I didn't get to use Victini that much. But he's just a cool, cute little Pokemon. I would love to have one as like my starter. Also, he's Pokemon number 0 in the Unova Dex. That's like Masingo level mysterious. Number 4. Caracosta. So here's the thing, you take 2 Pokemon I like, you take elements of them, you smash them into a fossil Pokemon, you got a winner. Again, there were downsides to Caracosta, rock and water again being 4 times weak to grass, not something I'm overly interested in having on the team, and it did end up replacing Seismitoad on my first team in Black 2 actually. Tortuga is super cute, and I'd love to just have one as a pet if we can make that work. Pokemon scientists, get on that. It always made me love that Caracosta can learn Aqua Jet, like something that big and that probably heavy can go right into battle. Also, I have a really cool theory about him, which you're totally gonna get to see. Number 3. Man's best friend, Stoutland. So, I was never really part of the Zigzagoon Poochyena Centric fan club, but Lillipup actually proved a little bit different for me. First of all, I thought it was cute, and second of all, its tackle was really strong. I don't know why I thought that. As it evolved, it became the Pokemon to use Takedown, to just physically assault every other Pokemon. That sounds really bad. What I mean to say is that he was a powerhouse. Stoutland wouldn't physically assault anyone, he's a gentleman. Just look at that mustache. Hey, you guys could form a club. Number 2. Landorus in its Therian form. I'll be honest, I didn't think too much of the Gen 5 legendaries. There weren't a lot there that shouted out, certainly not these cloud riding genies. I found it weird that there was 2 trios of Pokemon, whereas in other regions you'd have like just the 1 set of 3. But there's a single reason that this Pokemon has jumped straight into my heart. Mono-type battles. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's where on Showdown or competitively you use a team of a single type. So I could use any flying type Pokemon, which is what I was doing as Birdkeeper Toby. If you didn't know, that's my name. And which Pokemon should cover the flying type's insane electric weakness? Landorus. And Landorus is good competitively. It's got an onslaught of cool attacks. You've got your Earthquake, Stone Edge, U-Turn, and Explosion if you want it. Not only that, but in its Therian form, he looks awesome. He's like a tiger riding clouds with a mustache. Oh my goodness, there is a theme here. Guys, can I join the Gentleman's Club? You don't even go here. Oh, okay. Number 1. And here it is, my favorite Unova Pokemon, Krookodile. You could have seen this one coming. Both Totodile and Garchomp were on other lists, and design-wise this kind of feels like a weird blend of the two with some dark type put in there. You can't deny that it looks awesome, but not only that, as I was beginning to get into some competitive battling, it kind of became a little bit of a revenge killer on my team. I would equip it with Choice Scarf, I'd weaken it with a Pokemon, that Pokemon would die, I'd send it in, Foul Play, Earthquake, something at super speed, they wouldn't expect that it's got Choice Scarf at the time. And then Moxie Boost, it's just good to stay in and keep on hitting. Krookodile is an awesome Pokemon. Nowadays I do tend to find that it's outclassed by Garchomp at every single turn, but it's still a cool and fun Pokemon to use. And there you have it, my top 10 favourite Unova Pokemon, but don't go anywhere because I have an announcement about this channel. New series! Well, maybe, that is if you want it. I've had lots of requests in the past to do Let's Plays and Wi-Fi battles and that kind of thing. Let's Plays are still a long time off, they're not coming anytime soon, and I have a plan for those, but it's gonna be in a couple of years probably. This is primarily a theory, science, top 10 channel, but I have contemplated the idea of doing Showdown battles, and actually I'm taking part in something. It's a league that my friend Exelian has made called the Showdown Battle Circuit, and I have my own team. We're called the London Lucarios. Check it out, and we're going to be taking on 15 other players who are probably a bit more competitively trained than me, but it will be my first introduction into competitive battling for you to see. It will go on for anywhere between 15 to 23 weeks, depending on how well we do. It will be an additional video in the week. It would not replace what's currently coming out. It would simply be an extra video in your sub box each week, so if this is something that you'd be interested in seeing and following the London Lucarios as they try and make their way to victory and joining me on my first steps into competitive battling online, then let me know in the comments below, as well as your top 10 favourite Unova Pokemon. A massive thank you for 6,600 subscribers, we're growing so fast. Thank you to Skids for making my new banner. His link, you should definitely check him out, he's an awesome GFX artist if you need some GFX done. Also, thank you to my friend Octopool for making the London Lucarios emblem. You're awesome, also really good at GFX, check him out. Leave a comment and leave a like, and I will see you next week.